We got some stuff to talk about today. All right, so first, just like I told y'all, Mamdani doesn't have the power to arrest anybody. Isn't it kind of crazy how I come on here and I tell y'all stuff and then it turns out to be true? It's like I do research. Wowzers. In any regard, Mamdani cannot arrest Netanyahu. It was all posturing. But something has happened due to that, all right? What has happened is now his base is pissed off that he went back on his word to arrest Netanyahu. So now his base is mad. And I just want to point out something, right? Just foolish enough to believe that this guy's a Democrat and decided to vote for him. You understand? This guy's a whole communist. It is what it is. I think they need to look into him, and I think there's like this thing called like the Thorpe ruling or the Thorpe Pact or something like that. And basically that makes it so that if somebody in America is deemed a communist, and it's like they can literally just kick you out of America if you're a communist. They could take your they could take your American shit, boil it up, throw it away, and kick you out. It's like called the Thorpe something or other. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. So we're going to talk about that. And I want to talk about, once again, the Democrats get caught lying. So for how many years have the Democrats been telling us that we have the most secure elections? For how many years has the Democrats been telling you that Trump is just lying? There's no illegals voting. And then what happens? Find out that there's at least 400 people that voted in an election, and I believe it was in New Jersey. They found that at least 400 illegals voted in that election. Now, the total is probably higher. I doubt that, people that's telling me that it's never happening is going to then come out and tell you the complete truth when they have to admit to it. I doubt that that's what's happening. I don't think they're doing that. So the number's probably substantially higher. And so that's two of the things we're going to talk about today. And we, do whatever we do. That shit is crazy though, yo. Like, how did y'all think? Okay, so I'm just going to say a couple of reasons why there's no way that he was going to be able to arrest Netanyahu. First of all, the warrant that's out for Netanyahu it was put out by the ICC, the International Criminal Court or something like that, right? America's not in it. So whatever warrant or whatever thing that they have going on, America's not in the ICC. We have no obligation to arrest, detain, or do anything to anyone that those guys want. You understand? We're not even in that area. Like, there's no reason for us to be involved in such shenanigans. You understand? That's one. Two, whenever dignitaries come to America, whenever diplomats come to America, and they're coming to America on official business, like a meeting with America for whatever the reason might be, they cannot be arrested. I'm going to say that again for all the idiots in the back. When a foreign official comes to America and they're conducting official business that has to deal with them meeting other nations or just meeting people in America, they are not allowed to be arrested, period. It doesn't matter what they've done, because America has birds, why they do this? America, that was got hit by two of them. America is inviting them into the country to do business. So therefore, they have immunity. Whatever problems or warrants that's out there for them cannot be enforced. They're coming here to be involved in actual business that's global business. They can't just be arrested. Mamdani knows this when he lied to y'all and told y'all that. He knows these things. These are not things he don't know. So Mamdani just lies. He just lied. He could never have arrested Netanyahu. Netanyahu, that's like A security guard talking about a security guard. That's like, yo, if you come to my mall, let me think of a verse here. If you come to my mall, I don't know, Cash Patel, we're arresting you. Imagine a security guard, no gun, no nothing, talking about they're gonna arrest Cash Patel if he shows up in their mall. That's basically what the mayor did. So now, the communists over there, I don't know if the actual Democrats are pissed off about this. I don't think they are. They shouldn't be. But the communists are pissed. And they're giving him a hard time. As they should. Because he should have never lied to them. So they're giving him a hard time. It's crazy. Like this guy, I want to be clear about something. I don't think anything Mamdani has said yet, right? Because sometimes we have plans and things get in the way of the plans, right? So just because you say, yo, look, I'm going to try to do this and I'm going to try to do that, I'm fine with you, you know, trying and then something getting in the way and stopping you. I get it. But when you say, yo, we're going to try to do this and we're going to try to do that, and it's something that's impossible, something that not only you can't do, but just can't be done, that's kind of disingenuous. Or, and just so we could be clear, he did this on numerous different things, not just this particular situation. Mamdani has a habit of promising New Yorkers things that is not even possible for him to deliver. You understand? The Democrats have been doing this for years, but they haven't been going above and beyond like this weirdo just did. He just went crazy with it. But that's literally the Democratic playbook. They promise you a thing that is impossible. So then when they can't do it, they could come back to you with all of these lists of different reasons of what stopped them. And they're always going to say Republicans or Trump, when in reality it was just the Constitution. These people are weirdos, fam. Y'all better get yourself connected with Jesus. I don't know what to tell y'all. So I'm going to tell you something that the Bible, the interpretation I have of the Bible. I was sitting with my friends last night. We're going to probably be doing more Bible content over here. I've been talking with people from the church. I'm not really interested in doing that hip-hop stuff no more. I'm just not interested in it. I don't like the crowd that it brings. It brings a lot of y'all good people and all that. But I don't want to help Satan with his plan on keeping us distracted from Jesus. I don't want to help with that. So we're not really doing that. And it's going to bring, God has bigger plans for me. So whenever I do things like that, I'm lowering my frequency. So I don't want to lower my frequency. I'm not saying that people that do that have a low frequency. I'm saying that they have a different ceiling. Yeah, so I'm going to be doing more just stuff about the Bible. It make money, it don't make money. I don't care. I'm being honest with you. I don't even have my page right now to make money. I just have my page because I have my page. Shout out to the Most High. Glory be to God. Jesus is King. So I'm just going to do more Bible stuff because I don't want to. A lot of y'all don't love Jesus. Y'all don't love God. And y'all attack me because of y'all hate for Jesus and y'all hate for God. So I'm just going to lean in to just preaching for my Lord and Savior. I'm just going to do that. So I'm going to say something and I need y'all to listen to me. God will let the individuals you used to... Jalen, you also, thank you. You gonna be outside later? Ah! My neighbors love me, man. I love my neighbors. So hold on. I'm gonna tell you something God will do. Y'all gotta be mindful. God will take the thing that you replaced him with. I'm going to say this again because you don't get it. So you could allow for God, Jesus, the Most High, you could allow for God to be your God. Or you could do what many other people do and replace God with something else. And God will allow you to do that and allow you to now be succumb to whatever that thing is trying to do to you. He's not going to come save you from that thing. Why? Because you chose to make that thing your God. I need for y'all to understand what I'm saying. When we look at our community and we look at the negative things that happen, who's your God? Is your God the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob? Or is your God the Democratic Party? Or is your God the Republican Party? Or is your God the Communist Party? Or is your God drugs? Is your God alcohol? The Most High will allow for you to succumb to whatever that is bringing your way. That's why we got to stay yoked up with Jesus. So for all of y'all individuals that y'all decide that God ain't good enough for y'all, don't then, morning. For all of y'all individuals that decide God ain't good enough for y'all, right? What's up, fam? When y'all decide God ain't good enough for y'all and y'all take something else as your God, God is going to allow for you to become victim to everything that comes with that thing. You can literally just choose God, but instead, y'all choose everything else. You want to know what the most popular thing to choose over God right now? The hate for Donald Trump. People are choosing to hate Trump more than they're choosing to love God. They're literally deciding that they don't care about nothing more than they care about how much they hate Trump. How God gonna bless you? How God gonna bless you? Rockster says the Nepo baby mayor better watch his step. Mommy can't make everything better anymore. That's a whole fact. I can't wait and I pray, because what I think Trump is trying to do is not put all of these politicians in prison, because that creates so many more issues, right? But I think that that's the only way in order to bring America to a place where we can heal. You have to arrest these politicians that deserve to be arrested. You got to send them away. You got to stop trying to protect them. You got to stop pretending, because the whole thing is this. They lie and say that Trump is going after, and he's, purposely got a vendetta against these politicians. But these politicians are committing actual crimes. They should be investigated. And some of them should be locked up. Did y'all hear about that Presley lady? Let me tell y'all what happened with that Presley lady. She's a senator or whoever the hell she is. I forget her first name. The one with the bald head. Her husband just killed a dude. I think they said her husband just killed a dude. Yeah. They found like a dead body in one of her homes or something like that. So that's we have to stop thinking that every time somebody is coming to try to fix something, that it's not racism. Why can't I see a video of young black kids on the internet anymore without them being just belligerent, violent, attacking each other, cursing? Everything got to do with sex, and everything got to do with sex and killing each other. Why is our children only thinking about sex and killing each other? That's it. They only think about sex, killing each other, and drugs. Now, what do our music talk about? The same music that y'all say is our culture talks about nothing but sex, money, Sex, drugs, money, right? Right? I mean, we need to talk about USAID for a minute since I brought that up. Why did Rick Ross just only sell 5,000 copies? Y'all know what USAID was used for? USAID was used by the Liberal Party all over the planet to trick people. How many years have I been telling y'all those rappers wasn't selling those many albums? How many years have I been telling y'all that? Nah, they do know each other. How many years have I been telling y'all that those rappers don't be selling those many albums? That they inflating the sales? They take down USAID. Now it seems like all of the rappers, all of these albums that for years and years and years was doing incredible, now they all suck. Now they, now they all not doing any numbers. Explain that to me. I want to get a little in the shade. Explain to me. How does Rick Ross, who is one of the most known artists, right? Like, this ain't a question. How does he sell like 5,000 or 6,000 copies? I'm going to tell you how. They don't have the slush fund. Why do you think the movies are failing? All of their movies that they make that they know is trash, because the whole entire movie is not about nothing but pushing agendas. They know the movie is trash. They know the movie isn't good, because they'll have a good movie, a good script, and then they got to take out half of the script so they can put in all of the stuff that program people. This is what's happening. Why do you think those movies are failing? I better start waking up, man. Right now, you could probably go to almost any video I made in 2003 and 2004 talking about politics, and you'll realize everything I was saying happened or is happening. Almost any video, man. The accuracy that I've been predicting this type of stuff is incredible. Shout out to the Most High, glory be to God, Jesus is King. My accuracy has been incredible. What's up, fam? My accuracy has been incredible. How y'all doing today? What's up? You hooping?
Nah,
you the one with the twin brother, right?
Yeah.
All right. Incredible athletes, both of them. They like do everything. I think that's what we need to be doing with the kids anyway. Stop doing the one sport thing. Get them involved in everything. It's about being an athlete. It's not about just doing one dang thing, man. Damn. If you go back to any of my videos, I've been predicting this stuff with incredible accuracy. I haven't been 100% right, but even the stuff I've been wrong on, or I haven't been right about, I haven't been wrong about. Let's talk about these Trump situation that we got in the thing right now. So the Democrats have been saying for how long that Trump is, just so we could be clear, they say Trump lie about everything. But I don't think anything has come out that Trump has talked about that has been inaccurate yet. So at what point do Democrats and liberals stop pretending like Trump is a liar? They're not, by the way. They can't. I'll use my own example. There's this dude that runs around Coney Island trying to tell everybody I'm violent. So in order for that lie to live, he has to also constantly have people, when I'm around the people that he's lying to, he has to have people constantly being aggressive with me and trying to make me upset and angry. So every time I go now for like the last probably like month and a half that I go to the pantry, I got a random person from Coney Island that I don't even know come up to me, ask me questions in order to try to create an argument with me to try to make me look like I'm a violent person. This nigga's never going to heaven, fam. In order to try to make me look like a violent person. She's cute, like redheads. In order to try to make me look like a violent person. Workers of inequity, fam. This is the same person that be trying to triangulate me all the time. Trying to get people who mean good to come and help him try to freaking get me in a bind in order to manipulate me and control my life. You understand? And he go get good people to help him do the devil's work. He get good people. They be good people, fam. They don't be knowing they helping somebody do evil. They don't know. So at what time? Well, now they're not helping them. Smear campaign, he's constantly doing a smear campaign on me. I used to walk around Coney Island and wonder why people was acting crazy. I thought it was just because of those people online, but no. Part of this is because of that individual. Terrible person. I don't want to do nothing but live my life, and that's why I don't never want to talk to people. I don't want to do nothing but just have peace and live my life. They out here telling people I'm violent and I'm gonna hurt people and I got an attitude, all this other crazy shit that don't have nothing to do with reality. Yes, I'm a whole grown man. If you come and try to start a fight with me, like any other grown man, I'm gonna think about protecting and defending myself and the things that I love. He wants to weaponize that against me. This is Satan's work. Anyway, when are the Democrats and the liberals gonna figure out that they're communists now? They're all communists. All of y'all. Everything y'all promote is communism. The rest of us isn't stupid. It doesn't, see, what the Democrats believe is if you keep telling a lie long enough, people are gonna believe it. But the opposite is also true. If you keep telling a lie for longer than you should be telling the lie, because it's just a terrible lie, more people start waking up. Gang stalking, yeah, fam. This mofo be following me around Coney Island. Then he like, I'll be somewhere that I gotta stay at because I'm working there or I'm doing something or I'm helping people. And he come and try to just hang out where I'm at and then try to get closer to me and closer to me. I'm pretty sure he talking to people trying to get them to like help him trick me. This is a terrible person. Let's get back to it. So God will allow, right out my mouth. So God will allow, agents of chaos, God will allow the individuals that you choose to be your God to have dominion over you. They'll be able to have dominion over you. They'll be able to control your life. Because you're choosing these other people, or you're choosing this other thing to be the God over you other than Jesus. Stop doing that. Also, I want to say this. Stop letting everybody pray over your kids. Because there's people that's praying over your kids that is out here working for Satan. Stop having people pray over your kids. They do all the good talking. They do all the pretending. And then they go pray over your kids. And these is not good people. They is not doing the Lord's work. They just pretending. If that dude was really doing the Lord's work, he wouldn't be following me around. If that dude was really doing the Lord's work, he wouldn't be trying to tell people that I'm violent whenever I'm just trying to protect my peace. You understand? That dude is not doing the Lord's work. He's doing his own work, working from his own heart, working from his own emotions, what God says for us not to do. Yeah, they're praying with the E, not praying with the A. Hello, how you doing this morning? What, you do content? How you doing? I'm back. So what? I'm talking on the camera if you want, but we can talk over.
So, hey everyone, I'm Tired Doc. I just met this
Jack Ross.
very cool man, Jack Ross here. So I am a threat intel researcher.
Voice higher, they can't hear you.
I'm a threat intel researcher, I'm a content creator, and I'm also a survivor of human trafficking. Not just physical, soft trafficking, but spiritual trafficking as well. I'm here to do the Lord's work, and I just ran into my man Jack here, so very nice to meet you.
So what
are
kind
we
of...
talking about here?
Oh, no, right now, I'm talking a lot just about politics, basically, and I'm one of those people that believe that we should want the Lord to govern our country. I'm one of those people.
Okay.
So
you know about the separation of church and state, though, right?
Yes, I do.
Why that's in place?
But you do know that the Constitution also says that our liberties is granted to us by the Most High, right? It literally says that.
Well,
so therefore,
yeah.
since the Constitution says that, and it says that pretty blatantly, that also means that the Constitution, when it was written for what purpose?
To govern through the Lord's word.
Boom.
Okay.
So you're just saying the same thing that I just said, aren't you?
I'm gonna lay some history down for you.
Lay it down.
So the history of that actually comes from enlightened despotism, from monarchy.
The history of what? Be clear.
The history of rulership comes from something that was ordained through enlightened despotism. You know about King Arthur and the Lady of the Lake and the collection of the Sword of the Lake that deemed him the new chosen leader of the new grounds. And you see this in jokes in Monty Python and the Holy Grail. There's a whole movie joking about this whole thing. They talk about how the journey that is ordained and led by Christ is actually supposed to be problematic in very humorous ways. Like, oh, you're going to trust a lady in a lake that just handed you a sword, so you're king now? And it's like, yeah, that's basically what happened because of this prophecy, right? So the prophecy actually checks in every single time a person is ordained for leadership. So if people are led by the Lord to become leaders, they're actually led to overthrow old constitutions, things that no longer structure or serve the Lord. However, the Constitution of the United States is being overthrown to serve things that are not of the Most High God.
Okay.
So there's a lot of infighting here because of this.
What is it being constructed to that isn't of the Most High?
So, with respect to the spiritual side of this, because I know you were talking about politics and also spirituality, the spiritual side of this is
I'm only talking about God, not spirituality. Keep going.
That is God.
No, God isn't spirituality. Spirituality is
Wait.
Lord,
I got you. Okay. So God.
I want to delineate the difference between people that's talking about rocks and you know,
so
we got dream catchers and stuff like that.
The thing about God is this, right? God is going to do what he does through the people he does it through, or he's going to hand their ordained ministry to somebody else. Keep going. But here's the thing. The people who are chosen to do these things are his secret weapon.
That's a fact.
They don't appear the way that they're meant to. When you saw me today, what did you think? Oh, a girl in a dress. You didn't think I was actually somebody with rank, right?
Actually, I saw you yesterday and you was walking across the street and you were just walking on the block and he was running to catch up to you.
Okay.
And I was literally on live. Okay. So when he was running to catch up to you, I was like, oh shit, is he about to attack her? Okay. And so we was about to.
So here you go. Thing about God, though, bringing it back to circle, right, is this. When you have a calling, you're supposed to unite with others who have that calling.
Facts.
The reason why is because you're meant to unite in order to teach others what that calling is for, and it's to improve all of society. It's not just to speak your piece and not be heard. It's not just to sound loud on a corner like we are right now.
Okay.
It's actually to make sure that the reach that God has is being spoken through his people.
Okay.
It says in the Bible, if you expect God to, minister his miracles, he needs your help to do that.
This is a fact.
He cannot do all things with his own hands, despite the fact
but he needs our faith because if
he
we
needs
keep
our
going.
presence. He needs our presence. That's what it is.
God is all, he can do whatever. Snap
So
his finger.
here we go. Now we come to the political side of this. A lot of people who are brought into politics to make a difference in the first place are people who have gone through the trials in order to have the discernment to.
I disagree.
Hold on. I know why you would disagree, and I know what the disagreement is, but I'm going to say this. There's infighting because the same way that there are demons in the church, there are demons in politics attempting to thwart this exact purpose. You have to understand the people who get the most attention are flashy, but they're flashes in the pan. And how long do people have the attention span to pay attention to politics enough to know who it is within their discernment and within their own self-education of what it is they're being told and fed, what it is that they're dealing with.
Okay.
So I'll leave you with that. Leadership comes from places of unity. If you have anybody trying to say the issue is this, the issue is that.
Okay, so I want to respond to a couple of things that you said. I gave you the opportunity. I want to respond to the whole unity thing first. Okay, so who do you not think that's in the political spectrum right now that is not trying to create unity? There is one side. Hold on.
What do you mean by unity?
You would literally have to name these people by name. Yeah.
So no, I don't even have to name by name. We're going to talk about philosophies and concepts, right?
No,
Let's talk about just what the actual people in the party is doing.
I disagree.
No, I want to talk. Hold on. I want to talk about what the people are actually doing. I don't want to talk about what the politicians are doing, because we could possibly agree that there are a lot of politicians on either side that are doing things that aren't helping the country, right? Okay. So I don't want to talk about what the actual politicians are doing. I want to talk about the people on the ground level is doing.
Okay.
So
I
hold
have
on.
an example for you, right? I went to the NTA for one of their in-house public meetings, right? The public hearings. I went to the hearing. I told them I was a survivor of human trafficking and that I can improve their subway system and their transit system by letting them know interpersonal details that these traffickers use to connect in major transit systems to get people.
That's good information.
Yeah, and what they did was they didn't give me the job that I asked for, where I can have an actual direct hand in guidance.
First, does the job already exist?
Or
were you coming to them telling them about something that they might not know that they needed?
I was asking if they needed someone who could directly assist them with that information. And then what they did was they took the concept and developed it into something for themselves and gave me credit for it. So this is a type of spiritual harvesting that happens in these political systems where people get the information, they don't want to accredit the source.
You know who
that
runs
is
the MTA, right? You know who runs the MTA, right?
That's the new guy.
Okay, but the point of my saying is, you know what party is basically in control of the MTA.
If I had to guess, the Democrats.
Exactly.
Okay, but these are the same people supposedly petitioning to be improving everything with the world at large. So these parties are not actually, in effect, delegating the appropriate credit. They're just harvesting, stealing, and feeding more information to governances that can use that information for power, but not for correct leadership.
Okay, I agree with you on that, 100%. Have a blessed day. I'm going to respond to some of the things that you said, and thank you for the conversation. I appreciate you.
Tired God with a zero.
How many? Okay, Tired God.
With a zero.
Okay, so we didn't actually get an opportunity to talk about the thing that she just out-talked me, but that's okay. She's a nice lady. I don't mean, I think, you know, what happens is when people come up and start talking to me, they don't realize how smart I am until I check them on something or other, and then they realize how smart I am, and they might think that it's a bad decision. But I want to say something real quick. I don't never want to embarrass nobody. I'm not here to try to embarrass the young lady. I'm not here to try to embarrass anybody that comes up and talks to me. So I do want y'all to be mindful of the things that y'all say, because I'm not going to be able to allow, I can't really allow for you to say something that is incorrect and me not address it. You understand? So if you're going to say something that you know that I'm going to address, or I have no choice to address, please try to be as accurate as possible. So I want to say something. When she was talking about governance of the country, and I was trying to bring up that I want the Most High to govern me, she started talking about King Arthur and the lady in the lake. So I kind of understand where she's coming from, but the only thing that gives authority on this planet is God. There is no entity, energy, or whatever in existence that has ever been existence that we know of that can give authority other than God. Our Constitution basically says that our liberties are God-given. So that's why America has to give us rights, because God gave us rights first. Just so we can be clear about what's going on here. So I'm not shooting at homegirl. I think she did an incredible job talking about some of the things that she was talking about. I would love to have a more extensive conversation with her about how she thinks that the MTA could improve itself to help with the human trafficking situation. Yeah, I think people just, when they realize how smart I am and they think about some of the things that they saying, I think they, you know, they start feeling away. I'm not here to attack nobody. I don't want to make nobody feel bad. I'm not trying to come up off at me and back. I'm not that way. I don't know why people think that. I'm not that way. Like, not at all. If you understood how many opportunities I had to absolutely eviscerate people on live, you'll understand I'm not that way. Like, not at all. People just got me completely effed up, man. In any regard. So the Constitution literally says that our liberties and our freedoms have been bestowed to us by God. That in itself right there basically lets you know that and this is in the beginning of the Constitution. I believe it's in the beginning. So basically that right there allows for you to know what was the presence or the energies or the, how do you say, where they were coming from when they were creating the Constitution. When they were creating the Constitution, they were coming from a place of trying to make sure that the Lord was inside of our nation and inside of our country. The question you should be asking yourself is why is, I think, America one of the only countries that does this? Because by America doing that, America is literally asking for the protection of Christ. If you know anything about, through my interpretation of the Bible, by America literally saying we are a Christian nation, then they're asking for the protection of Christ. They're literally doing what you should be doing every day in your home with your kids. You should be praying Christ over your kids before they walk out the door every day. You should be praying Christ over your kids every night before they go to bed. This is what you should be doing. They got us people in the hood thinking that God is optional. God ain't optional, fam. You either on his side or you not on his side. Either which way, shit is gonna happen. God is not optional. Just putting you on the game, fam. He's not optional. Y'all better start bringing Jesus to your children. That's what y'all better start doing. Y'all better start praying over your kids in the morning. Y'all better start praying over your kids at night. Y'all better start teaching your kids how to pray on their own. Like, how will we not pray? When I was a kid growing up, every house, every black house I went to had pictures of Jesus, the white Jesus, it is what it is, and had crosses. If at least one of each, you understand? Like, every black household I went to had at least one of each. I had a cross and had a picture of Jesus. Now we go and also have family photos all over the walls. We go into black homes right now. Like, what's going on? Like, what's going on, fam? What's going on? Good morning. I love your colors today. See, that's how I keep my peace. I deal with the people who deal with me the way that I want to deal with people. I'm going to say that again for you that don't get it in the back. I deal with people that deal with me the way that I want to deal with people. I want to be polite and nice to everyone. I don't ever want to argue with nobody. I don't want to talk down to nobody. I don't want to do none of that. I want to just live a happy-ass life. And you can't live a happy-ass life unless you're trying to bring happiness to others. So if you want to live a happy life, you have to think about bringing happiness to those around you. You can't bring misery to everybody around you and think you're going to be happy. That's not the way it works. You gotta pray you gotta pray before your kids walk out them doors. I'm not interested in anyone that ain't a praying woman. if you don't pray now, fine. But when we get together, we gotta pray. Hold on, bro. If you ain't praying, I'm not interested. I'm just being honest with you. I see some of the things women do for dudes that ain't praying, and it's way more difficult. So if you get with a dude and the dude is like, we gotta pray, and you can't pray, that's crazy. All right, let's get back to, but so the God should be governing. I caught her up too. I don't know if she a liberal or what, but she told the truth when she said the Democrat thing, so I F's with her. Yeah, that's all I ever ask. Just be honest. People, I'll ask a question and people will understand they caught up, and then they'll take that opportunity to not be honest. And that's when I hit them with the hammer and just absolutely embarrass them. So if you ever see me embarrass somebody on here with my intellect, it's 100% because they played with me. It's not because I wanted to make them feel bad. Don't play with me, fam. I do know what I'm talking about. I go to church on Tuesday. I hang out with my church people on Thursday and Friday, and I go to church on Sunday. And I'm trying to get another day to go to church. I'm trying to put the Lord in every act, and there's not an aspect of my life I don't want the Lord in. Not one. Y'all got to stop letting these people y'all that the Lord should be separate from aspects of your life more than. All right? That's why when she said church and state separate, I don't think church and state should be separate. If we believe that the Most High God is the most powerful, the most intelligent, knows everything, why in the hell would you say, oh, I don't want him to govern me. I want that other guy. Yeah.
Hey, Dad, how are you, brother?
What's up? How you doing today? Good?
Good, thank God. How you been?
Regular. I'm just out here screaming my show.
Oh, good.
You want to say what's up to the people? You don't have to. You can if you want. Just say hi. Just say hi. There we go. All right.
Here with my brother.
Okay, that's what's up, man. Have a blessed day.
You too, brother.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Fam, I agree with you. But we gotta, when you ask God for something, you gotta carry on like you've already received it. You understand? God gave me something, a very precious situation, and I didn't carry on like I already received it. So right now I'm not living in it as I could be. You gotta, that's the faith part. You understand? You have to conduct yourself like you already have it, even though it's not there yet. That's having faith. Oh, they're putting some new poles up. I might need to walk around. You're gonna go stand over there. So. We're gonna go walk around to the basketball court for a little while. Oh, I don't know this guy. I walk that way. Oh, I do know that guy. I'm gonna walk that way. I know him. I'm gonna walk this way though. I'm gonna walk around. I could tell you know all the stuff, man. If you wasn't here, they couldn't get that right. That guy's so old, you know he know how to do everything. He's here to make sure they don't mess up. You know, you see the old dude at the site, and you know he can't lift nothing to do nothing, but he the most technical. He know how to do everything. They couldn't get nothing done without him. That's who that guy looked like. Man. That's why I just be when I'm on it, man. I just love Jesus.
I have to disconnect the battery like every day.
Every day?
Something wrong with
Aw. All right. This your truck?
Yeah.
Okay. That's what it is.
Yeah. I hope I can afford something better, but no.
It's coming. It's coming.
Thank you.
You gonna be there on Thursday and Friday or just Friday? Thursday and Friday or Friday?
Just Friday, bro, because since I work late, so.
Oh, that's why you get there so late.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Sometimes I'll make early, but most of the time, like.
Get there when you can get there. We appreciate it. We really need the help.
Thank you, brother.
Have a blessed day.
You too, bro.
I'm telling y'all, man. That's why I'm very selective about who I be friends with. Now, I know a lot of people, don't get it confused, but I'm very selective on who I be friends with. Because I don't want to not be, when I'm around you, I want to be happy. I want to be able to say things that make you happy. I want you to enjoy yourself. So I can't do that if you're one of them individuals that everything I say you want to argue with. Everything that I say you got an issue with. You understand what I'm saying? Why in the hell would you hang around people like that? That don't make sense. People do it though. Shit don't make sense. Mamdani. They call him Mamdani. That guy's is crazy. How y'all doing today? Excellent. Have a blessed day. I love living here. I'm just being honest with you. It's so dope, man, to just be able to walk around and not have people just always having negative energy. That's crazy, yo. I don't know how y'all do it, man. Every conversation turns into some kind of unnecessary argument. Every situation turns into this person is a victim. Everybody fighting to see who could make themselves the victim first. I can't stand that shit. Once you play that trying to make yourself the victim thing with me, one time, I'm gonna never want to talk to you again. I'm just being honest. Because I'm gonna assume that this is just what it is. You're just gonna always be the victim. You're gonna always try to make it look like I'm doing something to you when I ain't doing nothing. Aw. What's wrong with him? He can't back up? I don't think that guy should have a license. Is that a woman? Oh, Lord. And they driving kids. Oh, Lord. Oh, that person's a terrible driver, yo. That person cannot drive. That person, and they driving a school bus. Oh man, yo, y'all gotta be harder to get licenses. Oh man, gotta be harder to get licenses. Oh man. Anyway, Democrats always lying, always telling y'all they doing something. So let's talk about the voting thing real quick. So the Democrats, since 2020, since 2016, the Democrats have been having a thing going back and forth with Donald Trump about election integrity. In 2020, they made a big deal about when Trump said, asked the governor from Georgia, can he find any more votes? They tried to make that sound like he was asking him to fake votes and cheat votes. I'm going to be honest with you. When I heard he said this, I didn't think that at all. I didn't think he asked the guy to cheat votes. Like, that's not what I thought. Anyway, so they said that he asked the guy to cheat votes in 2016 when he won. 2020, whatever the hell happened, and Trump said that it wasn't election was interfered with or whatever. It don't matter. What I'm talking about is the response from the Democrats. The Democrats immediately went into Trump is lying about everything on the planet. Yeah. Appreciate you. That Trump is lying about everything on the planet. Now, I'm going to tell you about just personal opinion and personal experience. Whenever somebody is trying to lie on me, one of the first things they do is try to convince everybody around me that I'm a liar. I'm pretty sure the same thing for you. I'm pretty sure whenever you come into contact with somebody who is a terrible person, who wants to destroy your character, and who wants people to think things about you that aren't true, and don't want people to listen to your perspective or your side of the story, the first thing they do is try to get as many people as possible to believe that you're a liar. This is evil. This is evil people 101. That girl got some nice legs. I'm not gonna lie. This is, I think I just like those kind of dresses. This is evil people 101. Evil people 101. They manipulate the individuals around you because they don't have power over you. You understand? They can't make you do anything. They can't force you to do anything. They have no power over you. So they manipulate the people around you in order to try to force you into a box. That's what that weirdo be doing to me all the time. You might as well walk all the way back around because they doing work over there. That's loud. So that's what they do. That's literally what they do. So that's what they did to Trump. So now, all of these years, it's 2026 now, since 2022, since 2020, they've been saying that Trump is lying about election fraud and this and this. And now information just came out that at least 400 people absolutely voted. It's probably much higher. But at least 400 people absolutely voted that were illegal in an election. I believe the election was in New Jersey. So this proves Trump was right. This proves every single thing that Trump said about the election fraud has merit. And what do the Democrats go on the television and immediately do? They immediately say that Trump's lying again. Even though all of the evidence, even though there's literally evidence proving he's telling the truth. That his accusations have merit. That's the point. Well, at this point, the truth. But that his accusations have merit. That there's reason for him to say the things that he said. He's to be trusted, fam. Yeah. All right. Have a blessed day, gentlemen. These guys can't be, the freaking Democrats can't be trusted. Because even though there's 100% bona fide evidence that there has been something happened, they're still in front of y'all on TV telling y'all nothing happened. So that's what I mean by the smart Democrats at this point is questioning their party. Shout out to Van Jones, finally speaking out. Good morning. Chilling. Shout out to Van Jones for finally speaking out. Shout out to some of the other people in the Democratic Party for finally speaking out. I'm going to tell you what their issue is. They betas. I'm not talking about the people like Chuck Schumer that hasn't spoken out yet. I haven't heard about Chuck Schumer speaking out, at least. I'm talking about the people that have waited this long to speak out. They're betas. So we was in church on Sunday, and we were talking about something specifically at church on Sunday. And we was talking about being intentional. We were talking about basically, we have to be intentional. You understand? We have to be intentional with our love for the Lord. So that we talk about that. Good morning. Good morning. Chilling. Want to say hi?
No.
Okay.
Have a good day.
You also. So that's what we was talking about on Sunday, being intentional. And also, just so we could be clear, purpose in what we're doing. So when we see corruption, when we see, good morning. So when we see corruption, when we see somebody doing something that they shouldn't be doing, when we seeing people doing evil or whatnot, we're not supposed to say, oh, that don't got nothing to do with me, let me mind my business. We're supposed to actually step in and attempt to do something to help remedy the situation. We're not allowed, especially as a Christian, we're not really allowed to see people doing something and not try to help or correct the situation. You understand? So those guys are betas because they already knew that this was a problem in their party. And what did they do? They went up there on television and many a times, like with Van Jones, and they back these policies that don't do anything beneficial, and they back these individuals that was just coming to destroy our country. And now, since they backed them, now they trying to figure out how to get rid of them. And all of this happened because they hate Trump. All of this. So they destroyed their, listen to what I'm saying. They destroyed their entire party because they hate Trump. And because they allowed for their hate Trump to be their God, the Lord allowed for their party to be in the shambles that it is now because they chose hating Trump over Jesus. Because that's the way I look at it. Morning. You're not allowed to hate anything more. You're not supposed to be hating anything unless the Lord hates it. But we're not allowed to hate anything more than we love Jesus. Our love for Jesus should be stronger than any other emotion that we have. It should be stronger than any logic. It should be the strongest thing in us is our love for Jesus, not our hate for some random individual or any individual. They got y'all worshiping at the altar of we hate Trump. You got to think about that. Morning. You also, my brother. Y'all hate Trump more than y'all love Jesus. I don't get it. I think that's insane. But that's me. Y'all hate Trump more than y'all love Jesus. It don't even make sense. And they're always going to try to use the separate politics and church. And we're not supposed to do that. I want God in my politics, period. To hit her over the head. And we was about to have a conversation about King Saul and King David. But she was nice. And I don't think she meant harm. And I think she was trying to, do a good job. So, I would be a mom. Good morning. All right. Good morning. It's kind of dope. I be saying good morning to some people, and other people be like, "Good morning." I'm like, "Yeah." Hey, shout out to the Most High, glory to God, Jesus is King. I love living here. God knew, man. Of course, God knew. You know what I'm saying? But He knew my people was gonna get in my way and try to destroy my life until the day I die. So He had to put me somewhere where my people couldn't get to me to destroy me. And I've been thinking about life like that for a long time. Like whenever I hear a black man get successful and then he marries a white woman, and I'm always sitting there thinking to myself, I know very few black men that are married to black women and are happy. I know a couple. Look, I'm not gonna act like I don't. I know a couple. I can know two right now in Coney Island. I don't want to say their name, but they got wonderful husbands. They got great relationships with their husband. And they're pretty cool women. But I don't know many like that. Most of the situations I know is the woman got to be in control. She has to, the man can't be a man. The woman got to be in control. It's all about the woman. Like, how you going to serve Christ under those, how you going to serve Christ under that kind of situation? You can't, Lord. I got to go find somewhere to do the live at. I don't want to be over there. I go stand on this corner. So I'm just going to move around. I just avoid them, fam. They always want to argue or take something that I'm saying out of context so they could be a victim. I just avoid them. That's real talk. Just avoid them, fam. We're talking about black women. I just avoid them. They always take everything that I say out of context so they could be a victim. So I don't talk to them. To be honest. No hate. No hate. I love everybody, man. But some people you gotta love them from a distance, and some people you gotta love them from even a further distance. Just so we can that type of time. That's what you. What's up, fam? All right, you all right?
Yeah. Been a lot of cold.
As long as they keep our electricity on, I love these guys. Okay, how many posts they put up? Hope they get paid. Give these guys overtime. I don't need electricity. We gotta stop complaining about everything. Not everything is a reason for us to be feeling away. Shout out to him, man. It's mindset. We gotta change our mindsets in the hood, man. Gotta change our mindsets, man. That's how people like Mamdani get elected. That's how y'all electing politicians that are from other countries that's sending all of our monies to those countries, and then y'all keep electing those people that don't spend no money on American citizens, and they take our American dollars and they spend it on people that ain't even legally in America. Now, this is not me going at illegals. This is just me saying we got a ton of homeless people. Why didn't they put those homeless people in those hotels? But they put the illegals in the hotels that they was trying to save from other countries, right? Like, we got a ton of homeless people. They was giving illegals thousands of dollars a month to eat. Y'all could have just gave it to the homeless people. Yeah, they would have probably just used that shit on drugs. But I mean, it is what it is. Y'all gave it to them other motherfuckers. They use that shit in other countries. Part of my language. So, that part. Don't tell me I'm not going to do something for you because you're going to use the thing wrong, if you're also going to give it to somebody else for them to use it in a way that is also not acceptable. You understand? So none of that makes any sense, and I'm not here for none of that. And that's the type of time we got to be. You understand? The Lord also made our hands for war. He didn't just... They always trying to convince Christians that you can't defend yourself and you can't protect yourself. You understand? They always trying to convince Christians that if somebody is attacking you, the Lord said, turn the other cheek. But y'all missing what that is. He didn't say turn the other cheek so you could come repeatedly get hurt. That wasn't the idea or the concept. You understand? If the Lord didn't want us to fight for him and to fight for us, right? Then why would he tell King Saul to bash babies' heads against rocks? Now, I'm not saying babies' heads should be bashed against rocks. But the Lord wanted those people, entire lineage, to be destroyed. He had to do it later. I think he did it with, I forgot her name. But later on they did it when they killed somebody or something like that and finished off that race of people. But the Lord wanted that entire race of people going for whatever his purposes were. Like, we don't need to know why the Lord needs things to happen. We should just be doing the thing he said to do. So if the Lord told King Saul that he wanted an entire race of people extinguished, he wanted them gone, what would make you think that he'd tell his sheep to stand around and get beat up by individuals? Y'all better start protecting yourselves and your family. How you think they're able to do all of that wickedness to those people over there in Nigeria, in those other countries? Because in those countries, they convince Christians that Christians can't defend themselves, that Christians can't protect themselves. You understand? They convinced y'all of that. They convinced y'all that all Christians is basically suckers, that just deserve to be beat up and attacked. No, defend yourself, defend your family, protect what's yours. Defend the Lord's name. We're not supposed to be outside doing reckless insanity. That's crazy. But we are supposed to protect and defend ourselves. We're not supposed to allow for the enemy to just kill us. That don't even make sense. Imagine every single person on the planet, damn near a large percentage of the people on the planet, even the ones that don't worship Jesus, knowing that Jesus is the way. And also knowing that his people don't have the slightest idea how to worship him. The stuff to be mindful of, man. I better start thinking about that. Y'all can. First, what time is it and how much battery? Oh, got a lot of battery. That's understandable. How long we been live? About an hour. I'm not gonna lie. I'm starting to. How you doing?
How to get to the bus now?
Huh?
How to get to the bus now? Yeah, but it's good.
Oh shoot! I don't know. Hey, do y'all know the way the bus route is gonna go? It's gonna go this way? Okay, so they're still stopping here. It's gonna come down this street. Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. People are crazy, yo. Not these people in general. Just think about that. Like real talk. Hold on. Real talk. Think about this. The Democrats tell you every single thing that Trump do and say is a lie. But everything so far that they said that he lied about has been proven to be true. So what are we supposed to think about the people that are still a part of the Democratic Party, that are just the voters, not the politicians, because they know that they're lying. They're lying on purpose. But what are we supposed to think about the voters that are hearing the lies like we're hearing the lies and are also ignoring it like there are no lies? Like, what are we supposed to think about those people? Like, at what point is it that they're not wrong and that they're actually just evil? At what point? So you see that this person is constantly lying, or this group of people is constantly being caught, found out to be liars, but yet every time they tell you that Trump is lying about something, you believe it, even though you consistently find out that the things that they said he lied about before were the truth. But every time they say that he's lying, you still believe it. At what point are you just stupid? At what point? Like, so at what point can we just agree that these people have a mental health issue? At what point? At what point? The latest thing, just so we can be clear, they have been talking about since 2020 that they have the most secure elections, right, in America. This is what the Democrats have been saying. We have the most secure elections. Trump is lying. Nobody's doing fraud. Trump is lying. Never believe Trump. Trump is lying. He's always lying. And then yesterday they come out and say, well, there was some fraud. And now add this to the fact that they done did this about 8 or 9 times in like the last 4 months, that there's things that they said were just not possible that has turned out to be true. And then the next thing that they say Trump is lying about, y'all gonna still believe. I would be so mad if I was a voting Democrat. And the reason why I would be mad, first of all, y'all better fight for y'all party. Kick the communists out. Get the regular Democrats back into power. Do that, all right? Just do that, all right? Get rid of the communists out your party. Start calling them out. Stop being like weak on that. Just call them out. Get them out of your party. Get them out of your party, fam. I'm not a Democrat. I haven't been a Democrat. But I do think that we need at least a minimum of 2 parties in order to have a fair election system or fair system. So I don't want to get rid of the Democratic Party. I just don't want the Communist Party. That's it. We need the old school Democrats back. I didn't agree with everything that they was doing, but I agree with nothing these guys are doing. I don't want the LGBTQ community in the schools. Any teacher that argues about that, just fire them. Just think about that. We got the LGBTQ community in the schools, but not Jesus. Explain that shit to me. Explain it to me. Don't let me be a teacher, because we're going to say a prayer every morning. We're going to say a prayer every morning, and we're going to say a prayer every day before I let the kids out. Don't let me be a teacher. Because I be in there praying over your kids like crazy. Fam, it can't be explained. And then we got 4 adults that's out here and 100% believe that the school should not have Jesus in it, but should have the LGBTQ community. This shit can't be scripted, fam. That's why I don't like standing on the corner, because when you stand on the corner, I got to deal with the cigarettes. So that's why I like standing in the other spot that I generally stand in, but I can't stand there now because of these guys. And there's too much foliage in this area right here for me to go stand in. But yeah, it's like they just always trying to smoke cigarettes by me or some shit. It's like they literally see me and just light up cigarettes. And then those same people wonder why I never talk to them. Nigga, I ain't never gonna talk to you. Every time I see you got a cigarette in your hand, I don't never want to talk to you. The hell? Good morning. Damn, a lot of this stuff is insane. Maybe I'm gonna point the camera the other way. I don't know. I want to point the camera that way, or in the direction that I'm not putting nobody on camera, but the sun is that way. So if I turn my camera around, I'm not gonna get the sunlight. So I gotta kind of face this direction. Nah, right now, you gotta just do better, yo. You gotta do better. They got these kids running around out here. There's no church in the wild, yo. Really just got people outside doing whatever. There's no church in the wild. You got these parents. Some of them are overwhelmed. They got to do jackhammer and stuff. Let's walk around to the park. You got a lot of parents out here. Some of them are overwhelmed. Some of them are just terrible parents. But some of them are overwhelmed, yo. They've convinced y'all. And when I say y'all, I'm talking about women specifically. They convinced y'all to go have kids and not have a man. I'm going to say that again. They convinced y'all to go have kids, but to never have a man. Remember, nowadays, the metric that they try to hold men to, some of these women, is impossible to meet. You're just never going to be able to metric. It's just impossible. Don't even try. Go find yourself a reasonable woman. Stop dating these chicks out here I don't care if you playing. You talking about I need a man that make 100K. I don't care if you playing. That let me know where your mind is at. I don't care if it's a joke. I don't care. And a lot of people got a lot of parents out here that's overwhelmed because they chose to be a single parent. They literally just chose it. They chose to be so difficult that no man could be with them. And in other cases, they just chose men that didn't want to be husbands. They chose men that wanted to be boyfriends. That's why there's so many. That's another reason why there's so many single moms that's like in their early 20s and late teens. That's why. Because they go choose a dude because, oh man, we're the same age, I'm going to date you. Or, oh man, you look cute, I'm going to date you. They go date a dude for all of the reasons other than safety, security. They date a dude for every other reason. And then the shit don't work out. And now you got a kid. And you difficult to be around. So the next nigga that pull up on you, you got a kid and you difficult. How long you think he gonna stay? And instead of taking responsibility, 9 times out of 10, gonna say all men is trash, right? And keep that same behavior and keep that same way of thinking and keep that same way of carrying on. And then, so therefore, any man that you meet that has any kind of sense about himself is going to be on the same type of time the dude that left. The only dude you're going to be, the only dude you're going to be able to keep is the dude that ain't no good. So then now all men ain't no good. Because you put yourself in a situation where only the dudes that don't take women seriously and don't respect women are the only dudes that's going to even look in your direction. Because any man that got any common sense about himself, want peace, have any self-respect, they're not going to date a woman that's being disrespectful to them. They're not going to date a woman that out here fighting niggas. They're just not going to do it. Nope, that's not your fault. They knew. The other bus go the other way. They knew. The 36 is going the other way. Look at these guys. Hold on, let me show y'all about these dudes. So they doing construction on this block, right? 37, they doing construction, right? All the way at the other end. For whatever the reason is, nobody told these guys. They didn't tell you, right? Nobody told them. Look, how did I know nobody told them? Nobody told them. Look, there's 2 buses back there. Nobody told them. Remember the girl that's earlier, Museum of Sex. Remember that girl earlier was telling me. Remember the girl earlier was telling me about the MTA, and I said, who you think run the MTA? And she was like, Democrats. This is the type of shit Democrats get you on, fam. Pardon my language. I'm cursing a lot this morning. Nobody told him. I know nobody told him. Because now he got his whole day wasted. And he looks like don't know what he's doing. I know nobody told him. So now I think they got to send the people so they could back up, right? They got to send the maintenance truck. Yeah, so they could back up and get them on the... Look, now the supervisor. You know what? Who fault this is? Let's blame the supervisor. What was he doing? People always want to be mad at the guy that's at the point of the incident, when often the person that's at the point of the incident, when the incidents occurred, had nothing to do with the freaking incident. Nothing. Morning. Nothing to do with the incident. Man, people always do. You talking about in New York? People always doing weird stuff, man. You should see. I'm gonna so. To tell you something, I'm gonna talk about that weirdo for 2 seconds. So that person, the weirdo, another one, another bus. That whole block, they can't go down the whole block with another bus. Somebody at the bus company is in trouble. Somebody over there that's doing the damn bus routes. They in trouble. Unless they're gonna loop around. I guess he's gonna loop around and then come around the other way. He can still do that though. In any regard. Wait, what does that tell you? So, what is that telling you about? We're busy laughing over here about stupidness. So let me tell you. I was gonna tell you about something this widow did also on something else, so I gotta remember the context. Shorty right there is kind of bad. You're what's that supposed to tell you? Alright, okay, I keep moving. But people are strange, yo. Weirdest stuff, yo. They swear they right. That's why I'm a real big advocate on stop going back and forth with people. They know what they did. Stop going back and forth with them. What they're gonna do is they're gonna muddy up the waters. They're gonna make it look like, oh, I didn't know what was happening, even though you done told them a million times. Like I told one person a million times, I said, Joe, if you keep on with this behavior, I'm not gonna be able to work with, like telling them, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to do something. If you keep trying to, I told them. More than twice, but 2 times I made it specifically obvious. Look, after I do this thing, I'm never going to be able to basically be friends with you again. Like if you keep doing what you're doing. Then the person thought it was joking, played with me, kept doing what they was doing. Now I'm not their friend. Now they stalking me. No, you stay over there. I talked to you more than twice about it. I talked to you about maybe 4 or 5 times about this, but twice I was explicitly clear. Clears the sky. I was clear. Clears the skies right now. I was just clear. You know what it is? Why? Then the dude started like just saying shit, just exaggerating shit, saying shit. That's people weird, Joe. People weird. People would want to be your friend, but they do all the weirdest stuff in the world. And they be like, yeah, but I'm his friend. You ain't my friend, fam. You're the opposite of my friend. That's why I always tell people that story. There was a person, when I was 3 years old, they lied to me about something. On their deathbed, I reminded them. I'm not that guy, fam. Just porta potty. So I had to go all the way home. And just so we could give context, I was 3 years old when they lied, about 2 or 3 years old when they lied. And when they was on their deathbed, I was in my 30s. I'm not the guy, fam. Just let me be your friend. You should have just let me be your friend and not did the weirdo stuff that you did. You should just let me be your friend, fam. You could have just did that. Yeah, you could have just did that. You chose to do something different. Now I'm gonna let you live with it for the rest of your life. That type of time. You chose to do something different, not me. I don't know. I think I'm so glad. I think I made all the points I wanted to make today, to be honest with you. I don't think I got any other points I really want to make. I think I'm just outside right now because I'm outside, to be honest with you. I think I made all the points I want to make. You do weird shit, though. You weird, yo. I got kids out here that think I'm competing with them. Just sucked all the fun out of basketball. Like, all of the fun. So now when I come play basketball, I don't even want to do good moves. I don't want to show them nothing. I play and stuff like that, but I don't try hard. I just like, they just sucked all the fun out of all of the fun out of basketball. So I don't even play that much no more. I think I'm gonna find some kids that play a different sport, and I'm just gonna start doing that sport with them out here. Just, you know, because the adults ain't doing no real sports. So I'm gonna find some kids that play baseball or football or something like that, and I'm gonna do that with them. Because they just sucked all of the fun out of basketball. So this is what I was about to tell you about that weirdo. So everybody that knows that particular weirdo, that I don't want to say his name, but everybody that knows that, none of the kids, he's a whole full grown adult, right? They all act like, how do you say, like they all treat me like the same person that I'm not. Like, it's hard for me to explain that. So they all treat me like the same person, but the person that they treat me like is a person that I'm just absolutely not. You understand? And then they're all doing it all at the same time. So that's some evil, evil shit. Fam, I'm under constant attack from Satan. It's constant. It's not gonna stop until the day that I die. That's how come I know that dude is gonna. I think that dude is works for Satan, because if he didn't work for Satan, he wouldn't be stalking me. If he didn't work for Satan, he wouldn't have done some of the things that he's already done. So even though that guy be in the church, I think he worked for Satan. He's always trying to manipulate the way somebody sees another person. He be trying to do that shit with me, but I didn't take it anyway. Modern hip hop has lost the plot. Before I comment, I want to see who said that. I agree. Yes and no. So basically, this is what's going on. Since NWA time, listen to what I'm telling you. Since the NWA time, either the FBI or the CIA, I believe the FBI has infiltrated hip hop. And since NWA time, they inflated record sales in order to steer attention. This is not nothing this has been going on. That's why you can have a song, pay attention, like the TLC songs, do incredible numbers, but TLC don't make any money. That's how you can have songs that you don't understand how it's at the top of the charts. But now when the song gets to the top of the charts, everybody start listening to it because it's at the top of the charts. How about those songs that the first 5 or 6 times you heard it, you didn't like it? But now you had to listen to it 20 times in a single day because of the damn radio. Now you love it because you got an earwig. So they've been socially engineering. They've been socially engineering our community for years. Like America in general, but our community in years. They've been socially engineering us. They've been using music and television and movies. I don't watch slave movies. You want to know why I don't watch slave movies? A couple of different reasons. But the two main reasons that I'm going to talk about right now is I don't believe them to be accurate. That's one. And two, I believe that the creation of the slave movies is done for a specific purpose, and that is to control the black person, to keep us with hate for white people, because hate is the easiest emotion that you can use to manipulate individuals. It's even easier than love. So they get you to hate something, right? And then after they get you to hate whatever they get you to hate, now they have control over you. Because now they can tell you, if you don't do this or if you don't do that, then that means that the thing that you hate is going to win. Or the thing that you hate is do something. And we got to go work against it. We got to stop that thing that you hate. You understand? And this is why the Lord says that we're not supposed to hate human beings. That's something I'm still struggling with. A lot of us struggle with this, right? Because I absolutely hate that guy. That's not without a question. You know, but that's something I'm struggling with. And that's something that I got to deal with. You understand? I hate that guy. Like, I can't explain. If he knew how much I hated him, he wouldn't even attempt to try to talk to me. He'd just go about his life. You understand? I think he should just go about his life. This is not repairable. I promise I'd rather die. Like, I don't think people understand how strongly I feel about things. I would literally rather die than repair our relationship. There's nothing that you can offer me. There's nothing that I want. Because there's nothing. I don't care. Anyway. So whenever I deal with anything that got to deal with that dude, I got to make sure that I take a couple of moments so I don't make the decision or do whatever I do based on the way I feel about him. So whenever anything come up, that's why I just don't want to deal with him. You understand? Good morning. That's why I just don't want to deal with him. Because I don't want to have to every single time. Now I got to take a second and make sure I'm use my mind. You know what I mean? I got to make sure I'm using some kind of discernment. You know, I've got to use my... So I don't want to do that. So I just rather I'm always trying to use discernment, but I don't want to have to use it under whatever the situation is because I'm dealing with a freaking weirdo that I don't like. He's literally a person that I got to remind myself not to pray to God that God just stay away from me, man. All right. I got to literally remind myself of this almost every day. Don't pray to the Lord. Don't pray to the Lord that this guy die. He doing a lot of stuff, man. I know the Lord don't like. So I'm mind my business, stay to myself, let God handle it. Time we got? It's 10:30. All right, I don't really got nothing else to talk to y'all about, and I'm really upset now. So I think I'm just gonna end the live. Really pissed off. See, when I was giving him grace to be understanding, he thought he was getting over on me. This is not a person of God. In my opinion, this is not a person of God. Because when I was giving him grace and when I was giving him understanding, and when I was trying my best to operate the way that the Bible say to operate with this individual, 100% of the time he tried to use it against me. 100% of the time. He tried to use it in order to try to, just, this guy's not a person of God, and I don't care what nobody say. And there's nothing that can happen to make me think different. I don't care. I don't care if he sacrificed himself or something. There's nothing that can happen to make me think different. This is not a man of God. Good morning. How you doing today? Excellent. I'm just doing my podcasts. Have a good day. Not a man of God. Watch who you have praying over your kids, man. That being said, I'm gonna let y'all go. Everybody have a blessed day. Just go out there in the world, do something worth doing. And just, we got a lot of people out here. I'm not perfect. I fall so short. But I'm gonna tell you there's a couple of things that I don't do. I never come outside or to any situation or to any place or to do anything to try to cause harm. I don't go around lying on people. I don't try to manipulate that person into doing something to that person like what this guy does to me. He try to manipulate everybody around me. That's why I can only be friends with Christians. I can only be friends, not with Christians, but I can only be with Christians, but I can only be friends with people that love the Lord. I can only be friends with people that when they come to me with something, that they have to bring the Bible. Because if I'm friends with anybody else, somebody like him is going to manipulate them to help them do evil to me or help them trap me or do something. You understand what I'm saying? So right now, the individual can't trap me. He can't have evil done to me because the people that I'm around, they got to operate through the Bible. So he frustrated as hell, because they got to operate the way that the Bible operates. I don't want no harm for no individual. I'm not wishing harm on anyone. What I'm saying is that one of the main reasons why I don't never want to think about go around this person or anything or even remember that they exist is because my feelings for them is so strong that it's hard for me not to think about harm for them. Now, if I saw them, no, I'm not running up to them and trying to do anything to them. They want people to think that I'm a violent individual because they don't want me to protect myself if they send somebody to come hurt me. Pay attention. That individual wants other people to hurt me. So he doesn't want me to feel like I have the right to protect myself. So he tells everybody that he can that I'm violent, that I'm dangerous, and that I want to hurt people. This is not a person of God. This person wants people to hurt me if I don't do what they want me to do. Every single person around here that in Seagate that I've had an issue with, that's been like, what in the hell is this? It seems like all of them play football on his team. No. And I'm like, what in the hell does this individual got an issue with me for? Like, what are they taking everything that I say out of context? Every single thing that I say, they take out of context. The people that he tricked into doing that, and the people that know the people he tricked into do that. So it's like I can't even talk to the kids out. I be out there and I be doing whatever, but I can't really interact with them. You understand what I'm saying? Because every single thing I say, they take out of context. So, so nowadays I don't like, whenever I can help, I just don't say nothing. Whenever I can help, I just don't say nothing. I just be quiet. You know what? This is what you want, I'm gonna let you have what you want. So that individual, Coach Knight, he wants people to hurt me. So he want me to think that I can't protect myself. So if somebody comes to attack me, like I can't protect myself. If I try to protect myself, that means I'm violent. Like if somebody try to kill me and I try to stop them, that means, and I have to use violence in order to stay alive, then that means, because remember, somebody did try to kill me. They tried to stab me in the church. And what did him and his say? That I was wrong. Basically, I should have let the guy stab me, apparently. They had a whole 20-minute conversation with me about why I shouldn't have stopped the guy from stabbing me. They're going to say that that's not what the conversation was, but that was what the conversation was about. Because if I didn't do anything, I would have been stabbed. And they were basically that did anything. So these people wanted me dead. You understand? I ain't say anybody was trying. I didn't say, I'm not even talking about nobody trying to accuse me of anything. I don't know what you're talking about. You're talking about something totally different. It sounds like you're trying to bring something else up that has nothing to do with what we're talking about. The only people that even think that I'm trying to do anything to children seem to be pedophiles. People that don't touch children, they don't even, the only creeps thinking stuff like that. There's not one person that I've met that isn't a creep that, and I know a lot of, I live in a Caucasian community. I haven't had not one Caucasian person come up to me and even think such a foolish thing. And they see me with the kids all day. These people that are trying to make, they don't even never see me around kids. They don't know anything. They're just making up stuff. But the people that see how I interact with the kids every day, the people that actually hear the things that I say to the kids, this isn't even a thought. So I don't know what you're talking about. I think you're just trying to create a thing. You're just trying to. But yeah, no, that nigga want me dead, fam. He want me to think that I shouldn't protect myself if somebody is coming to kill me. You understand? And I know that to be a fact because that dude tried to kill me in the church. And they argued that I shouldn't have tried to protect myself. I literally had to sit there while I was in a room with about 4 to 5 people. And they was basically telling me that this maniac that was running at me with a knife, that I shouldn't have did nothing. Basically, I think they would have just been more happy if he would have killed me. That guy ended up eventually getting unalived, allegedly. I don't know if he was unalived or not. The Coach Knight told me that, but I don't know if he was lying or not because he always lying. So he could have been lying. But apparently, allegedly, the guy got unalived like a month or half or 2 months after that particular situation happened. I don't know. I forgot how he said it happened. I don't know. I don't know if to believe the guy, to be honest with you. I don't think the guy's believable. I don't believe him. So I don't. But yeah, so that's what that is. So he's trying to have people attack Bobby, and worse. And so he want me to feel like I shouldn't protect myself if somebody is coming to do me harm. And this is the person that y'all got raising y'all kids. This is the person that y'all got doing stuff with your kids. Nope. You blame me for something. Nope. 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 I'll tell you the whole situation. Why not? They have a breakfast thing that they had at the church. I go to the church for the breakfast thing, right? It's like what you call that? Continental breakfast, right? So the stuff is out. There's some random dude I don't know, and there's a whole bunch of people that not a whole bunch of people, about 3 or 4 older ladies in the church, about 4 or 5, maybe 5. Could have been 6, I don't know. And there's one other dude there, right? So I come in, I get coffee, I get like a muffin, some shit. And I go and I put it down in the seat and I'm standing and I'm eating. I'm not standing and eating for no other reason, just because I just don't want to sit down. It's not for no reason. While I'm standing and I'm eating, and there's seats all over the whole entire church. This is a large ass church. Wait, before I went over there to eat, when I was going to get the food, I'm standing there and the guy comes over and he says something to me and he starts telling me about how stuff is hard for him or whatever the case is. And I say, you should just hand it over to Jesus. And then he says, in the church, mind you. Don't talk to me about the Bible. He goes off like that. So I look at him. I say, okay. I walk away. I go. I put my thing down on the chair, my muffin and my coffee, and I'm picking up one at a time, and I'm eating my coffee, drinking my muffin, eating my coffee. I'm telling you what. For some strange reason, one of the ladies tell the dude to come sit down basically right in front of me. There's probably about 10 rows of seats that way. There's pews on the other side. That's probably about 20 pews. So that's probably about, I don't know, probably about 40 pews. There's seats everywhere. This is a large church. She tells the dude to come sit down right in front of me. This nigga got a whole mental health problem. Now, before she tells the dude to come sit down in front of me, this is how it's a trap. Listen to what I'm explaining to you. Before she told the dude to sit down in front of me, the dude was over there talking about how he got a knife on him. He ain't been taking his medicine. He's saying all types of different stuff. He's saying stuff about how he's going to attack people. He's talking about violence. I'm just standing there, drinking my coffee, eating my muffin. So I'm about to leave. But the dude is talking about all of this violence. So I say, I'm just going to wait and I'm going to stand here. That's when the lady come tell the dude to come sit right in front of me. So the dude come and sit right in front of me while I'm already standing. I've been standing there for about 10 minutes or so. And he's like, yo, man, sit down. I'm like, I don't want to sit down. He's like, yo, man, but you making me feel uncomfortable, man. Sit down. Don't be standing over me. Mind you, I've been standing here. He was all the way over there. For whatever the reason is, that lady told him to come sit down in front of me. And now he believes that he owns me and I have to sit down because of the way he feels. The dude starts talking crazy, stands up, comes up to me like this, talking crazy. The guy that's there, he comes out, he steps in between us, and he starts talking crazy. And he's not crazy. He starts like telling the guy to, move and separate us or whatever. I'm talking to the dude, and I'm like, yo, man, if I fight this guy, I'm gonna kill him. That, I guess, triggered him. When he was already triggered and threatening me. Do you see the stand that they try to hold you by? A little bit more arguing. The guy goes up to him that was talking to me, standing in front of him, trying to tell him to calm down. At some point, he pushes the dude to the side. He whips his knife out, whack, and he comes after me. I fight him off. I'm still here today. Didn't get stabbed. You're right. The guy that was just standing there drinking his coffee and eating his muffin and minding his business, you're right. It was all my fault. I did. You see how they do? You understand? Now, I think that they had that dude sit in front of me on purpose to create a situation. Because there were so many other seats, and on top of that, you didn't even have to ask him to sit down. You could have just let him stay standing up, doing what he was doing. He was talking crazy, but he wasn't doing anything. They purposely asked him to sit down in front of me to create a situation. These people are not God's people. Anything else you want to say? Because me saying, him attacking me, is going to basically make me hurt him. It's not me creating the situation. After he already's been yelling up and down, hollering and screaming about all of the murdering and stabbing and killing of me that he was going to do or whatever. And then when I say, if he comes over here and attack me, basically, it's not what's going to, I'm going to try to kill this nigga. That's not what I said, but like, I'm going to kill this nigga. Not literally, but he can't fight me. Guy's about this tall, weigh about $110. Well, probably about $130, $140. About this tall. Got anything else to say? I kicked that account. You can make another one. Got anything else to say? What was I talking about earlier? Satan wants the people of God, Christians, the people of Christ, to believe that they can't defend or protect themselves. That's what Satan wants. Satan wants everyone that believes in Christ to believe that they don't have an option to prevent someone from killing them. They don't have an option to prevent someone from doing them harm. There's no option. Wasn't I talking about that earlier? We was talking about that earlier. So, like I said, this guy, he wants me hurt and injured. So he wants to kind of convince me through other people that I don't have the right to protect myself from injury. You understand? I don't have the right to prevent someone from killing me. I don't got that right. You understand? Not a good guy. Good morning. Not a good guy. And then when he has the conversation, he's gonna play word games. Because he's always trying to play word games. Remember, this person teaches at a church. And y'all wonder why people don't go to church no more. Morning. Yeah, man. You wonder why people don't go to church no more. Because, right? We got to teach the real thing. You got people in the church and they teaching the thing that's going to make them look good. They not teaching the thing that's going to help you get closer to Jesus. They done got so much bull crap going on in whatever they doing that their whole agenda is based off of going into the Bible and finding things to make them look right. They not teaching the Bible. They not teaching the Bible. Liars is spelled L-I-A-R-S. They not teaching the Bible. Oh man, they got that other guy that be in here and can't never spell nothing with the multiple different accounts. And I'm thinking that might be you. So I have a troll that used to come here. He couldn't spell at all. So that's how come I used to know it was him. Because he couldn't spell at all. That might have just been a mistake though. But yeah, he couldn't spell at all. Like, at all. How y'all doing today? All right, chill. I'm calling you back. Yeah. Nah, you good. They might have stopped with the jackhammer. You crazy, yo. Yeah, so y'all gotta watch out for those people. They not real Christians. If they busy telling you that you gotta allow yourself to be hurt, you gotta allow people to hurt you, you gotta just allow yourself to imagine that. Why do you think they're able to kill all of these Christians in all of these other countries? Because those people went over there to those Nigeria and all those other countries and basically told those Christians that they had to be docile. Told those Christians that you got to always turn the other cheek. You can never, ever protect yourself. You can never defend your family. You can never do any of those things. So now what's happening to them? They all get... Just explaining, fam. I'm not Nigerian, but I feel bad for those people over there. I feel bad for anyone that's just being unalived for the sake of people deciding they want to unalive you. That's just in general. I was having a conversation with a young man the other day, yesterday, and he was telling me about his, journey with the Lord, and he was the impression, or he feels like, he doesn't want to partake in any type of violence at all, and that's commendable, just so we can be clear. But I asked him, how is he supposed to protect his wife? How he's supposed to protect his children? And you can see the wheels turning. I'm like, fam, why would God give you a family to protect them? Now, are there people that get families that they can't protect? Yeah, but you get it? Like, you're not just a random person. You're a worshiper of Christ. Why wouldn't he want you to survive? Why wouldn't he want you to make sure that a follower of his stays alive? You understand? Like, so a lot of this don't make any sense. Good morning. So a lot of this don't make any sense. Morning. You also, my brother. Good morning. I'm not the guy to beef with, fam. I'm the nicest, coolest guy you ever gonna meet. But I promise you, once we got beat, once there's an issue or a problem, I can't tell you the last time I made friends with somebody that I stopped being friends with. I don't think that's ever happened before. To be honest with you. Good morning. All right. I don't think that's ever happened before. I'm being honest. I don't think I've ever been friends with somebody, stopped being friends with them, and then started being friends with them again. I don't think that's ever happened. Ever. Also, that doesn't sound like something that I would want to happen. Just so we could be clear. That doesn't sound like anything I'd want to happen. Stop being friends with a person for a damn reason. The hell? As soon as I came over here, dude came over with a cigarette. He's walking on the side. It's crazy. Anyway. Here. You trying to watch the show? I don't know if she does either. I'm being funny. The dog is just hanging out on the corner watching me. I love dogs, though. I love animals. He turned around. He don't want to go.
I don't know what.
Aww. I'm gonna show you the dog. Yeah, so he look, he turned around. But he kept turning around and staring at me. I don't know what that kind of stuff is about. But also remember, I'm always talking about the Lord. And as soon as I said that, he turned back around. I'm always talking about the Lord. And not everybody that talks about God got that energy with them. I'm going to say that much. A lot of people, they just talking and it's just words. Some people talk about God and that energy with them, fam. That's just what it is. That's not me shooting at nobody. That's not me trying to disrespect nobody or talking bad about nobody or nothing. That's just what it is. Some people talk about the Lord and it's just words. Other people talk about the Lord and it's energy. It's a difference. I don't think it's You know, some people are tricky, but I don't think it's too hard to tell. But some people are tricky. That shit said Law Coffee. I was trying to figure out if it sold coffee or if it was a law firm. It said Law Coffee on it. I'm like, is that a law firm or do they sell coffee? I'm like, what in the hell? It's a good day, man. I think it's time for lunch, though. Should I make tacos? Maybe hamburgers? I don't know what that means. I have to eat today. I mean, I got some. I'm gonna eat something now. I'm not gonna go to the store. I'm gonna eat something now. Also, I don't want to. Why would I move if I love it in I live in SUBCRIBE. I love it in Seagate. Why would I move? I live inside of Seagate. I love it in there. The most wonderful people, the most compassionate. Not more. I mean, this is some of the best people I've ever come across in my lifetime. Why would I move? Because the black people around here treat me terribly. So I'm gonna give up the blessing of living around actual good people. Nah, I'm fine, fam. I'll just avoid the black people. That sounds like much easier than just moving. Just avoid the black people. What the fuck? I literally am not even a person that cares to have friends or people to be around or be with or anything like that. I don't even care about any of that. None of that stuff is important to me. So I don't need friends or nothing. So why would I even deal with somebody that I don't like or that don't like me? That don't make sense. If not for the fact that there's things that I do in my community, I would never come outside, fam. Like if I had the option of never coming outside, I would never come outside. I'd just stay in the house all day long by myself. I would never come outside. I'm just being honest. I would just never come outside. It doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense. All of my neighbors, almost every last neighbor that live in my immediate area is Caucasian. With the exception of a couple of people. Fam, I have no problems. I don't care how terribly these black people treat me around here. Why would I move? I'm just gonna avoid them. That don't make sense. That's stupid. I don't know what to tell you. The problem y'all have is so many people lie to y'all about who I am. So y'all think shit hurt me that it don't hurt me. Shout out to the Most High, glory be to God, Jesus is King. Y'all be thinking shit hurt me that I don't even care about. There's probably 5 people on the planet right now that it matters to me whether they're my friends. It's 5. And one of them I don't talk to at all. I wish I did, but I don't talk to them at all. I wish I did. But yeah, there's probably 5 people that that matters. Yeah, there's 5. Shout out to all the other people. There's other good there's other good people out there, don't get it confused. But there's only about 5 people that it matters. But even those people, if I never spoke to them again, I wouldn't care. Especially if never speaking to them again means I never have to talk to another human being. I wouldn't care. Y'all just got me confused. People, y'all been listening to people lying about me for so many years, while I've been consistently telling y'all exactly who I am, consistently, with me verbalizing it. But y'all just refuse to believe me. It's like y'all got FDS, forced derangement syndrome. So it don't matter what I say. Y'all just gonna try to act like I'm doing and saying things I'm not doing and saying, like that dude do. These are people that don't follow God. I'm probably gonna talk about this nigga to the day I die. I don't think he understands how upset I am. His best thing to do is just stop trying to, don't try to talk to me, fam. Don't just stay away from me. Let me forget about how terrible of a person you are. You're. Let me forget about how terrible of a person you are. Just leave me be. You're a terrible individual. There's nothing that can happen on this planet other than God coming down himself and telling me that I'm wrong. It's gonna make me believe different. I'm not blowing you up about the stuff that you told me in private. I'm not blowing you up about the things that you said about the kids. I'm not blowing you up about the things that you said about the people that work with you. All right? I'm not doing none of that. And the main reason I'm not doing none of that is I'd rather God handle it. God says, vengeance is mine. So if I do anything at all to try to get vengeance against you, God won't do it. I want God to do it. Morning. Yeah, I want God to do it. All right? So I'm not trying to get no vengeance on you. I'm gonna be quiet about anything that I know that you did that you wasn't supposed to do, because I want God to pull up with all the force and all the fury. Remember, one of the things they're trying to get me to do is move out of Seagate, because they can't do some of the evil that they want to do to me while I live in Seagate. You understand? So one of the things they want me to do is move out of Seagate so they could be able to have more of an option to do evil to me. Like try to have somebody run up in my apartment, wherever I'm living at, or something like that. You understand what I'm saying? So they trying to either convince me to move out of Seagate or lie enough on me so the people in Seagate try to get me removed. You understand? These are not good people. They just pretend to be. And they all working together in one capacity or another. Why you think dude came in here and said, why don't I move? They don't want me to live here so bad because they're not able to do all the evil to me that they think of. All the evil to me that they're trying to do, they can't do. These are not good people, fam. I probably, if I didn't live in Seagate, those people online would have had me killed by now. I'd be dead, yo. I wouldn't be here no more. I'd be dead. Good day. Only reason why I'm alive is because I live here. If I didn't live here, they would have killed me already. I'm not talking about that weirdo. I'm talking about the people that he been working with. They would have killed me already. I'm only alive because I live in here. Nice moves there. It was nice moves. Have a blessed day. I said nice moves. Have a blessed day. I love them colors. All right, have a blessed day. She a cutie. She a cutie. Okay. Got some nice legs too. I'm a big leg guy. I like legs. The other guy was like, "You making laps? You making another lap?" And they like when I do my show. Like if I was in the black community walking around doing my show, people be harassing me, trying to get me to turn my camera off, trying to cause fights, all type of stupid shit that don't make no sense. I shoot my show in here around Caucasian people, and they enjoy it. They like the fact that I'm shooting my show. I put them more on camera if they want to. I don't care. I just don't turn the camera around that much because I'm used to, all right? Because I'm used to black people wanting to fight me even when I'm not putting them on camera. Just because I got the camera on and they might be all the way down the block and my camera pointing in the other direction, but now they want to fight. You understand what I'm saying? Like shit that don't make no sense. So I don't mind putting anybody on camera, but you know, how often do you want to go through that? You know what I'm saying? Like this shit don't make no sense. Remember the dude with the 2x4 and the nail? This stuff don't make no sense, yo. All of my problems is black people. I wish that wasn't it, but that's literally what it is, man. All of my problems. I wish that wasn't the case, though. How you doing today? Yeah, I wish that wasn't the case, but it is what it is, man. Even online, go online. All the people that's making videos about me, like 99% of them black people. I don't even know these guys. I don't know none of these people talking to people like they know me. I don't know them. They don't even know people that know me. You understand what I'm saying? They don't even know people that know me. Because they talk like they know me, or they talk like they got, and they don't even know people that know me. They know people that came to them and told them a lie, and they don't care if it's a lie or the truth. Got God in them. You understand? Anyway, with that being said, I'm gonna let y'all go. Everybody, please go have a blessed day. Go out there into the world, do something worth doing, and then stamp God's name on it. We got to be out here fighting for Jesus, fam. We got to be out here fighting for Jesus, fam. There's a lot of people, I'm just saying this, that they pretending like they fighting for Jesus, but they helping Satan. All right? There's a lot. So we got to fight for Jesus. And we got to be intentional. And sometimes we got to be aggressive. And sometimes there's going to be conflict. But if we're not fighting for Jesus, what are we doing? With that being said, I love y'all. Everybody have a blessed day. I'm out. Salute.